Excuse me, Lena, but what do you think you're doing by going back to your parents' home without having taken care of the house chores and the errands I asked you to do? Come back at once and finish up the house chores, and drive me to my lessons.
Good morning, Alice. I'm afraid it's not possible right now as I'm on a train.
What? To begin with, you shouldn't even think about going back to your parents' home right now. I don't care whether you're on the train or not, you can get off at the next station, so come back home at once.
I believe I told you before that my brother is getting married, so I will be away for about a week or so.
I do remember you telling me, but I don't remember giving you the permission to go back. Come back at once.
Please don't talk nonsense. I can't not attend my brother's wedding as his younger sister. It would be impolite to his fiancé's family.
Do you think I care about such a thing? You don't seem to have enough of a sense of responsibility as my son's wife. It seems like I need to be even more strict on you from now on.
Are you telling me that I can't attend my brother's wedding nor go back to my parents' home?
Of course, why even question the matter? Once you get married, that means that you cut your family ties with your parents. That is a given.
So you say, but in your case, I hear that you are still very much dependent on your younger sister and that you continue to go back multiple times a year to visit your family's house.
What?
And that's considered all right?
It's all right because that's my case.
Oh, I see. In that case, it also means that it's all right for me to go back to my parents' place.
What?
I have to get off the train soon, so please excuse me.
Hold on a moment, Lena. You need to face the facts. You were raised by your father, and you were allowed to marry into a family that manages a company. You need to realize just how fortunate you are. That sort of rebellious attitude gives away your unforgivable behavior. If this is how you want to deal with the matter, then I will take action. Don't come begging for my forgiveness later.
Lena, seems like Mom did something crazy again.
Oh, John.
I came back home from work and was getting out my formal wear when Mom started complaining to me about you. I told her that I didn't have much time and managed to leave the house, but I guess it wouldn't feel good if you were told such things. I'm really sorry. I want just the two of us to live on our own, but I need to make sure that it's the right timing, especially with Dad.
I'm fine. I know what your plans are, and I'm pretty good at resisting, so no worries.
Yeah, please hold on tight for a little longer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really, don't worry. And where are you now, John?
I just met up with Dad at the train station and am standing on the platform. We'll be taking the train we plan to take.
I got it. Safe travels.
Yep, thanks.
Excuse me, Alice. Nearly all of my things arrived at my parents' place today. This is more or less everything that I had in the house.
Oh, did they arrive? I sent your stuff to your parents' place, of course, with cash on delivery. There was much more stuff than I thought, so packing them was such hard work.
Could you explain to me what is going on?
Well, you ignored my order and went back to your parents' house. That means that you have no intention of coming back here, right? That's why I kindly packed up your things and sent them to your parents' place.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you.
Why don't you just get a divorce now? If you don't plan to come back, that also means that you don't plan to continue being married to my son, right? If you wish, I can send you the necessary divorce papers all filled out for you with my son's name on it.
No, that will not be necessary.
Oh, really? Even if you try to resist getting a divorce, you won't be able to enter this house anymore. After all, you disobeyed your husband's mother's order and went back to your parents' home without my permission. Did you understand me? You are not to come back here anymore.
Yes, as you wish.
Oh, so you do listen to me on that point.
That's right. It seems that we agree on that point. Or rather, it's the only point we agree on. Thank you for sending me my things. However, I can't take any responsibility for whatever may happen later on.
What?
John will be messaging you later. He told me. Please excuse me.
John? Oh, I was just messaging with Lena.
Why did you do such a thing?
What are you talking about?
Things are really chaotic here right now because you sent all of Lena's things to her parents' home. In order to find out what made you do this, Lena messaged you. And you told her to divorce me?
What? You saw that message?
That's right. I saw the messages word for word right next to Lena. Dad was also reading them with us.
Your father? What? Your father is also there? Why? What is going on here? I thought that you and your father were going to attend a wedding of one of your partner company's presidents.
That business partner happens to be Lena's brother.
What? That means Lena's brother's wedding that she attended is the same one that you and your father attended? The one with your business partners?
Goodness sakes, did you think that these would be two different weddings on the same day?
Well, yes.
When we exchanged greetings with Lena's family, I explained to you about her brother. Don't you remember?
Oh, was that right?
And also, I remember now how rude you were when you found out that Lena grew up in a single parent's home. But I didn't think that you would have forgotten everything about her brother when he introduced himself to you. I'm not even angry, I'm just stupefied.
And your father?
Dad is in the midst of apologizing to Lena, her father, and her brother on your behalf.
What?
But this shouldn't be a surprise. To find out that their precious family member was being harassed by their business partner's family. There is now undeniable proof thanks to your messages.
It's not my fault because I didn't know about that.
Even if you didn't know, the fact remains that you were harassing Lena.
This was not harassment. I was just teaching her the basic manners as her mother-in-law.
Oh, stop it. It's just miserable hearing you make excuses like this.
But...
Well, whatever it is, the consequence will be the same.
The consequence?
We ended up doing this ahead of the schedule since you sent Lena's things to her parents' house. But enough is enough. There is no use waiting around anymore.
John, what are you talking about?
Dad is going to take the first train back home tomorrow and explain things to you then. That's all for me. Bye.
Lena, you can come back home now.
What?
Also, tell me your brother's contact information.
What is going on?
I'm not harassing you, and I need to clear up this misunderstanding with your brother. I hear he's the president of my husband's business partner's company. This is how things are, so you come back home right now and tell me your brother's contact information.
Excuse me?
Do it quickly.
I am no longer a part of your family anymore.
What?
John has decided to change his last name to mine.
What? What are you saying?
Also, I hear that your husband asked you for a divorce.
How do you know that?
Well, I had heard about it from him previously.
What? Beforehand?
I was so fed up with her awful attitude, and then when she began harassing my son's wife, I really couldn't let things go on the way they were, since this would also damage our business, not to mention our family relationships. That is how he came to his conclusion, he told me.
What on earth? What is this? My husband, who I've been together with for many years, suddenly wants to get a divorce? My son, whom I have given everything, is taken away from me by his wife, and he decides to change his name to his wife's surname? Why are the two of them ganging up on me, one after the other?
John and your husband decided to act at the same time.
What?
They figured that if one of them acted before the other, you would come to depend on that person entirely. And in order to avoid having to go through such a situation, the two of them decided to act at the same time.
What is that? That's absolutely terrible.
You're conveniently forgetting the fact that you harassed your daughter-in-law. I think that is much more terrible in many ways.
In any case, give me your brother's contact information now.
Your husband and John have told me that. I don't need to listen to a word you say, which obviously means I don't need to follow your orders.
This is your husband's mother ordering you to do this. You have to listen to me.
Are you not aware of the fact that your position will soon be taken away from you? I don't plan to listen to what you say either, and I am not such an idiot that I would give you my brother's personal information.
What the?
John told me that I don't need to deal with you anymore.
Wait a moment.
So please excuse me.
Lena!
The day after the divorce was finalized, "It's all that woman's fault," said my mother-in-law, and jumped onto the train to come to my parents' house. Or that's what she had intended to do, but for some reason, she got onto the train going in the opposite direction and got off at the wrong train station. It seems that she had not remembered where my parents' home was and got off at a station that sounded similar to the one where my parents' home is. Because she couldn't quite remember the address, the police finally became involved. I'm not sure what she wanted to do. Her relative came to pick her up and was sent straight to her parents' home in the next town. After that, she stayed at the house in which her parents and her younger sister live in, but without doing any work whatsoever. At the moment, they're planning to move her away to a place where she can both live and work in the same place.
Ariana, how are you? I hope things are going well for you.
Excuse me? Who is this?
What do you mean, who is this? It's me, you know. If you haven't deleted my phone number, you should know who this is.
Of course, I know it's you, Jerry. But why are you texting me? Seriously, why?
Don't be so cranky.
No, really, what do you want?
What's the rush? I'm glad you're doing well.
I'm doing great. I don't have any stress anymore now that we're no longer together. And what do you want after all this time?
Isn't it about time you came back?
Excuse me? What? Don't scare me. Why are you saying this?
You've still got your sense of humor, huh? I think you've been avoiding me, but I've been thinking we should see each other again.
Why? Why do I have to see you again? There's no plausible reason. There's absolutely no point. Or are you going to finally give me the money you owe for the emotional distress you caused me 3 years ago?
No, that's over. It's all in the past.
I see. Well, for me, you're over. You're all in the past. So can you stop contacting me? It's really scary.
You really have a way with words. You realize I'm the one making the effort to contact you. Most people would be overjoyed.
Excuse me? Why do you think I would be overjoyed to hear from my ex-husband?
You still have feelings for me, right?
Excuse me. It's really scary how this conversation doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know why you would think that, but could you please stop contacting me? It's a nuisance.
What do you mean, a nuisance? I'm contacting you because I care about you.
If you really care about me, stop contacting me. Do you know how stressful this is for me?
Okay. It must have been tough.
Excuse me?
It must have been tough breaking up with me and being all alone. But that's all over now. You can come back.
I don't think we're speaking the same language. You say I can come back, but you're the one who was unfaithful and left me.
That may have happened, but it's all in the past. I'm also thinking you might be good for me.
Really? You still are patronizing, Jerry.
I know you still love me, Ariana. It's been 3 years, so let's be honest with each other.
Again, we're not speaking the same language. Don't you feel any guilt or anything for betraying me?
That may be true, but that's why it's me who's making the effort to contact you.
Oh! Do you expect me to say thank you very much? But to be perfectly honest, this is all a nuisance for me.
Why can't you be honest, Ariana? To tell you the truth, Mom became ill.
And?
She's probably gonna need help with her daily routines, so if you insist, Ariana, I don't mind if you come back.
Wow. I don't know if this conversation can become even more difficult to understand. Do you mean you want me to go to your parents' house so I can take care of your parents? What happened to that girl you cheated on me with?
She says she doesn't want to live at my parents' house. She doesn't get along with Mom, so she doesn't want to live with her.
That's obvious. Your mom used to make all those rude comments every time she met me. I can't imagine her being nice to anyone she isn't related to.
So you can come back.
Really? You're going to continue living with your lover while I'm at your parents' house taking care of your mother.
I know it's tough for a woman to live all on her own, so I'm letting you live at my parents' house. You should be grateful.
Are you insane?
I really don't like your tone. I know you have feelings for me. If you'll take care of Mom, you can come back.
No, thank you. I've remarried.
What? Quit with pretending you're so tough or you'll regret it.
I've nothing to regret because we got divorced. I have never been happier. I really wonder why I ever married you.
What do you mean? Wait, did you really remarry?
I said I got remarried and we have a child.
What? When you were married to me, you couldn't get pregnant.
I told you this many times. I was not the reason we couldn't have children. I went to the hospital numerous times for all those tests and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with me. I asked you to get examined as well, but you refused. As a result, your mother would make all these mean remarks to me.
If you have a child, then there's more reason for you to come back.
Excuse me?
Mom will be so happy. Say it's my child and raise him in my parents' house. And don't forget to take care of Mom.
I really don't understand you. You're so self-centered. I have no choice but to laugh.
I know, let's do it. We should have done this all along. Hurry back. When can you get here?
Wake up! I told you I've remarried. And I'm really, really happy. Why do I have to leave this happy life for you and your mother's hell?
It wasn't hell. That's taking it a bit too far.
And as a care provider? Are you crazy?
I thought you still had feelings for me, so I made the effort to contact you to allow you to come back. And look at your attitude. You are truly unbelievable. And to have a child with some stranger? Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
What? I think this is the biggest what I've experienced. My head is full of question marks. What should I be ashamed of? You're the one who should be ashamed. How dare you contact your ex-wife like this? You should know better at your age.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. What part of this chat do I have to be ashamed of?
All of it. To begin with, you're the one who had the affair and left me, right? After which I sued you for emotional distress, but you're the one that didn't pay, right? Your father gave me some money in the beginning, but then he stopped. I'm sure your mother had something to do with that. And now this. Your father has passed away and there's no one to provide assistance to your mother, so you decided to have your ex-wife do it? Do you know how crazy all of this is?
I thought you wanted to get married to me again, but I don't get it. You traitor.
This? What we're doing? It is not communication. I can't understand what you're thinking because you are insane. And aren't you still together with that girl? Why don't you just marry her?
She doesn't want to get married. She doesn't want to be tied down. So, though we live together, there's no way she'll agree to live with Mom. So if you can take care of Mom, everything will work out.
Why are you not understanding what I'm saying? Let me try one more time. I am living with my husband, whom I love very much, and our super cute son. Is something wrong with that?
No, but I can't help feeling you betrayed me.
What? Seriously, how did I betray you?
You're my ex-wife, but you're living with another man, and you had a child with him. What are you gonna do about Mom?
Does that have anything to do with me? Do you know what ex-wife means? We got a divorce, and it's because of you.
So you aren't coming back?
How many times do I have to say it? Can you please think about this rationally? Why do I have to break up my happy family to return to you and your family?
But if you don't come back, what'll happen to Mom?
Why are you asking me this? It does not concern me. We got divorced 3 years ago. Do you understand?
I understand, but if I hire someone to take care of Mom, I'll need to pay them, and I don't have that money.
It does not concern me. It really irks me that you thought of me as a convenient free caretaker, but I'm really happy now, so I don't want to be brought down by the likes of you. I'm done.
As long as you're happy, you don't care about anyone else.
You should say those words to yourself, because that's the way you're acting right now.
Stop fooling around. You're my ex-wife. You have a duty to take care of Mom.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You have to do it, because I can't abandon my mother. Can you abandon her?
She's not my mother.
You're really cold, Ariana. If you don't take care of Mom, I'll sue you.
You are gonna sue me. You really say the craziest things. Anyhow, it doesn't concern me. And if you continue badgering me, don't be surprised by what happens.
What do you mean?
My husband, he's a police officer.
A policeman?
If you continue to pester me and say these ridiculous things, I will ask him to investigate you.
Wait, we don't need to do that. That's taking things too far, don't you think? I wasn't serious, don't worry about it.
You really are scared of authority figures. What a coward.
It's not like that. I was just wondering what my ex-wife was doing, okay? I had no bad intentions, okay?
I really don't care, so never contact me again.
I presume it will be difficult for you to take care of Mom.
Of course I'm not going to take care of your mother. If you can't afford a care provider, why don't you take care of her yourself? You and your beloved girlfriend should take care of our beloved mother together. Anyway, never contact me again. Bye. Once Jerry found out Ariana had gotten remarried to a police officer, it scared him and he never contacted her again. He tried to convince his girlfriend to take care of his mother, but then he discovered she was actually married, so they broke up. But not before her husband sued him for emotional distress. During all of this, Jerry's mother's health deteriorated, and she really needed to have someone by her side 24/7. Jerry ended up quitting work to take care of her. He used his severance pay to pay off the money he owed his lover's husband. He's currently taking care of his mother, who spends most of the day in bed. With no work, no money, no hope, Jerry wonders if he'll ever be able to come back to his previous life.